Imagine you are running at full speed. Your lungs are burning, your legs are pumping, and your will is iron. You are doing everything society told you to do. You are hustling, you are grinding, you are pushing. But despite this immense expenditure of energy, the scenery around you isn't changing. It's as if you are running on a treadmill in a dark room. This is the sensation of being stuck. And right now, in this very moment, you are likely standing on the precipice of a major decision, a career change, a relationship shift, a geographic move, hoping that this choice will finally break the glass wall. But here is the dangerous truth. If you make this decision without consulting the invisible clock ticking beneath your reality, you risk not just failure, but catastrophic regression. Because the universe does not run on linear time, it runs on cycles. And you, my friend, might be trying to harvest crops in the dead of winter. In this video, I challenge the very concept of free will without awareness. I promise you that by the end of this journey, you will possess a simple, ancient calculation that acts as a GPS for your soul. But, and this is the difficult part, you must be willing to accept that your stuckness is actually a protection mechanism. If I fail to convince you of this mathematical reality, you will continue to crash against the rocks of resistance. But if I succeed, you will never feel lost again.
To understand why you feel paralyzed, we must first dismantle the illusion of chaos. We are taught that life is a series of random events that we must react to. Because of this belief, when resistance hits, we internalize it as personal failure. We think, I am not working hard enough. But the ancient mystics, from Pythagoras to the Chaldeans, understood that the universe is not random. It is geometric. It is musical. It is a grand architecture of repeating patterns. Think of the ocean. You would not try to sail a boat directly into a tidal wave, no matter how strong your engine is. You would wait for the tide to turn. Your life operates on a similar 9-year oscillating frequency known as the personal year cycle. Because you are unaware of this current, you are likely swimming upstream, exhausted and drowning in your own efforts. Therefore, the feeling of being stuck is simply the friction of your ego rubbing against the grain of the universe. It is not a stop sign, it is a course correction. When we ignore these cosmic seasons, we invite unnecessary suffering. We try to start businesses during cycles meant for reflection, or we try to rest during cycles meant for rapid expansion. The friction you feel is the mathematical proof that you are out of sync. But once you align your actions with the correct season, the resistance vanishes and you are carried forward by the current itself.
Now, we must ground this philosophy into actionable reality. We are going to calculate your position on the map. This is the moment of truth. To find your personal year number, you need only 2 things: your date of birth and the current year. The formula is deceptively simple, yet it holds the key to your current psychological state. Take the day you were born and the month you were born. Add them together. Now add the digits of the current calendar year. Do not use your birth year. We are looking for where you are now, not where you began. For example, if you were born on November 14th, you would add 1 + 1 for November, plus 1 + 4 for the 14th, plus the digits of the current year, let's say 2024, which is 2 + 0 + 2 + 4 = 8. You keep adding these digits together until you reach a single number between 1 and 9. This single digit is your coordinate. It is the chapter of the book you are currently living in. Pause this video if you must. Do the math, because what I am about to tell you next will recontextualize every struggle you have faced in the last 12 months. If you are sitting there with a number 9, a number 4, or a number 7, your feeling of being stuck is not just explained, it was predicted. Let us walk through these specific void zones where dreams often go to die, simply because the dreamer didn't know the time.
If your calculation resulted in a 9, listen to me very carefully. You are in the void zone. This is the most common time for people to feel desperately stuck, yet it is also the most dangerous time to start something new. The 9 personal year is the end of the cycle. It is the winter. It is the shedding of skin. Because this energy is about completion, release, and letting go, any attempt to force a new beginning here will feel like trying to plant seeds in frozen soil. You feel stuck because your soul is asking you to empty your hands, but your ego is trying to grab more. You are carrying baggage, relationships that have expired, jobs that drain you, beliefs that limit you, and the universe has locked the exit door until you drop them. The frustration you feel is the universe saying, "Not yet." You are being asked to mourn the past, to declutter your life, and to rest. If you try to launch that business now, it will likely struggle. If you try to force that relationship, it will likely crumble. But if you surrender to the void, if you accept that this is a year of cleaning house, you prepare the fertile ground for the miraculous year 1 that follows. You are not stuck. You are in the cocoon, and the cocoon always feels tightest right before it breaks.
Perhaps you calculated a number 4. This is a different beast entirely. While the 9 is about letting go, the 4 is about work. Hard, tedious, unglamorous work. Imagine you are building a skyscraper. Before you can build up into the clouds where everyone can see you, you must dig down into the mud to pour the concrete foundation. The 4 personal year is that digging phase. You feel stuck because you are in a hole. You are working harder than ever, dealing with details, logistics, health issues, and practicalities, yet you see no vertical progress. You look around at others who seem to be flying, while you are covered in dirt. This breeds resentment. But hear this. The height of your success in the future is directly determined by the depth of the foundation you build this year. If you try to skip the work, if you try to take a shortcut because you feel stuck, the structure will collapse later. The 4 year is a test of your character. It demands discipline, order, and patience. It feels restrictive because concrete needs a mold to set. Embrace the restriction. Organize your finances, fix your health, systematize your workflow. You are not stuck. You are pouring the bedrock upon which your empire will stand.
Then there is the mysterious number 7. If you are in a 7 personal year, your feeling of stuckness is internal. You might have all the money, the success, and the stability, but you feel a hollow ringing in your chest. You feel disconnected from the material world. This is because the 7 year is the spiritual sabbatical. It is a time when the universe pulls the plug on your external ambition, so you are forced to look inward. Plans get canceled, networking feels draining, the phone stops ringing. This silence is terrifying for the modern mind. We are addicted to noise, and the 7 year is a soundproof room. You feel stuck because you are trying to find answers outside of yourself, but the door is locked from the inside. The purpose of this cycle is to analyze, study, and refine your philosophy. It is the year of the hermit. If you fight this by trying to socialize or expand aggressively, you will feel a profound sense of loneliness and confusion. But if you retreat into the cave, if you pick up the books, if you meditate, if you spend time in nature, you will find the diamond of wisdom that will guide the next 20 years of your life. The fog is not there to blind you. It is there to force you to develop a second sight.
I must pause here to address the emotional core of why this hurts so much. We live in a society that worships the graph that only goes up and to the right. We are told that if we are not growing, we are dying. This is a biological lie. Nature does not constantly bloom. Trees do not produce fruit in January. By subscribing to the cult of constant hustle, we have created a collective neurosis. I remember a time in my own life, during a personal year 9, I was terrified of becoming irrelevant. I pushed myself to launch a massive project. I invested my savings, I ignored the signs of exhaustion, and I fought the tide. The result? Total collapse. I lost the money, I damaged my health, and I ended up exactly where I started, but broken. I felt stuck not because the universe was cruel, but because I was arrogant. I thought I could outwork the season. Admitting this vulnerability is crucial because you need to know that your value is not tied to your productivity. Your value is in your existence. The stuckness you feel is often just the guilt of resting in a world that demands running. We must identify this common enemy, the external pressure to perform, and reject it in favor of internal alignment.
Conversely, some of you might be feeling stuck in a whirlwind. This is the paradox of the personal year 5. If you calculated a 5, your life probably feels like a hurricane, unexpected changes, travel, instability. You might feel stuck in the sense that you cannot get your footing. Every time you try to stand up, the floor tilts. This is the cycle of freedom and change. It sits right in the middle of the 1-9 cycle. It is the pivot point. The mistake here is trying to control the chaos. You cannot tame a tornado. You can only ride it. The 5-year comes to shake up the rigid foundations you built in the 4-year. It destroys what is not flexible. If you are clinging to old routines, old safety nets, or old identities, you will be torn apart. But if you open your arms and say yes to the adventure, yes to the unexpected, the stuckness transforms into exhilaration. The 5-year is not about stability, it is about expansion through experience. The danger here is scattered energy, doing too much and achieving nothing. Therefore, the P to the 5-year is disciplined freedom. Choose your adventures, but do not try to nail everything down. Let the wind blow you to new shores.
And what of the powerful number 8? This is the year of power, money, and karma. If you are here, you might feel stuck under the weight of responsibility. The 8-year is the harvest of everything you have planted since year 1. If you planted well, this is a year of abundance and authority. If you planted weeds, this is a year of debt and difficulty. The 8 energy is heavy. It demands that you step up and lead. You might feel trapped by the sheer magnitude of what is expected of you. This is the CEO energy. You cannot hide in the back office anymore. The universe is handing you the crown, but the crown is heavy. Many people self-sabotage in an 8-year because they fear their own power. They feel stuck because they are afraid to be big. They suffer from imposter syndrome. But the logic of the cycle is clear. You have done the work. You built the foundation in the 4. You pivoted in the 5. You nurtured in the 6. You reflected in the 7. Now in the 8, you must execute. Do not shrink. The only way out of the pressure is to push through it and claim your territory. Balance the material with the spiritual, or the 8 will crush you with greed. It is a high-stakes game, but you hold the winning hand if you dare to play it.
We have traversed the landscape of time. We have seen the winter of the 9, the labor of the 4, the cave of the 7, and the storm of the 5. You now realize that your feeling of being stuck was never a permanent state. It was a temporary climatic condition. You were trying to wear a swimsuit in the snow. But now you have the forecast. You have the map. The open loop of your life, that nagging question of where am I going, is resolved not by knowing the destination, but by understanding the terrain. So before you make that big decision, look at your number. If it is a 9, wait. If it is a 1, leap. If it is a 4, build. If it is a 7, think. You are no longer a victim of invisible forces. You are a navigator of them. But remember, this calculation is just the first layer of the onion. Your life path, your expression number, your soul urge, they all add color to this map. If you want to see the full topography of your soul, I invite you to explore deeper at numeralpath.com. But for today,
Take a breath. Stop running on the treadmill. Look at the clock. The time is right. You just needed to know what time it was.